you and what do you do?
So I'm Iliana Mauri. I'm a very passionate, crazy for HR professional for the last 20 years. Don't do the math. Um, I've been doing HR for Latin America, US. I overseas Europe, even some part of Asia at some point. So I'm a generalist by nature. I've been in all the different departments or areas of HR. So that's something that is really, I'm really passionate about it. I can learn about everything about HR. It's not just one thing. That's what I like. And that's what
Hey,
I am.
and how did you get your first job in HR?
Oh, when I was finishing my career, I was studying HR. I've got an internship at Wendy's in Venezuela. Wendy's, the fast food restaurant.
Hmm.
They were looking for an intern in their training department. So lucky me, I got the internship, and after a while there, they offered me a supervisor role in one of the restaurants. Each restaurant in my country, they had a HR person. So at some point, of course, more than happy to get my first job right away. And I was responsible of more than 100 kids that they were working at the restaurant, from recruitment all the way to terminations, training, development, motivation, everything, payroll, everything. So that was a full, very round experience that I had as a first job.
Hey, that's a great first job to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gain weight in that kind of job because you are next to the French fries. But yes, it was a great job to be in. Because in Venezuela, the culture is for that kind of jobs, you have very young people. Also, it's a fun environment to be because you have these young people that you're trying to shape and trying to inspire. So hearing some of them saying, I want to be an HR is like your heart gets filled of love because it's like, okay, I'm inspiring some people to do something, no? Or try something at least. So that was a very interesting experience to be able to inspire younger people by that time.
Super cool. And then talk to us about your journey after you got your first job and to ensure that you've had successful career growth. So, what are those steps that you took to ensure that you kept growing within the HR position?
I think after that first job, and I say this several times, I was very lucky to be there because I learned from the different aspect of HR. So that's allowed me to say what I like, what I don't like about HR. Not everybody likes everything. Um, but I would say it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like a step one, step two kind of thing. I still do them, but one is learn and observe, be able to learn everything about the business that you are in so you can actually support the business, listen to the people and the business to see how you can support them and create things for them, learn from everybody, from the person in finance to the person on sales, peers in HR, learn so you can implement that kind of things. Then it's identify what you like and what you dislike about your career. In my case, I have a lot of respect for people that do payroll. Like, I respect them to death because it's not my forte. I didn't fall in love on payroll. I had to do it because it was part of my job. But thanks to that I did it, today I can support my payroll or benefits people because I understand how to connect the dots with them. So, but also I learned that I don't want to be in payroll because it's not my passion, but it's part of that learning and trying to identify the industry that makes you happy too. Like if you like more, I don't know, financial kind of companies, you like more creative kind of company, you like service companies. So also that allows you to see what your path is going to be and what kind of companies you're going to be trying to target to get to a job in the future. Also is your contribution, what I think I'm good at, that I can actually give a contribution or do a contribution to the team and to the company at the end. So identify that kind of things, create your network, like meet people, peers, leaders, people from other areas and departments, even your personal like support system, your family, your friends, that you can exchange ideas, you can put together, do two different things and create something new for your company or your team. So be able to have a network that you can go to and exchange idea is a great thing to do in any stage of your career. um, Stay updated, read, listen, go to seminars, there are always new ways to do things out there. So get out, I mean, make sure you get to that and grab it and see, how can I use this? Find your style. I will say that's the final one. Like shape your style, shape your flair as an HR person. Not all HRs are the same. We don't have to be the stereotype or very serious person behind a door that you have to knock 3 times and have a secret password to talk to someone. Get your style and just be yourself. Just follow your heart and trust your instincts as an HR. You start to learn to read signs out there and see what you like, what you dislike, and what you want to do. So I think and you still learn after 20 years. I still listen and learn and say, I don't like this, I like that, or I want to go in that industry, and what is out there new, what is something new that I can learn, that I can do to make things better in my company. So that's something that I will say I've been doing in my life, in my professional life so far.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, big fan of always be learning. It's so important to be growing within your profession. Now, talk to us about some of the skills that you feel enable you to be more successful with what you do.
Yeah, that's a tricky question, because you start like, yes, there are top 3 skills, and then you keep adding and you keep adding and you keep adding skills. So I'm gonna try to keep it as simple as possible. I'm a very practical person, so be practical and keep things simple is something that I learned during my career, and I use it even in my personal life. I like to keep things simple for everybody, for the business, for the team member, and for myself. Listening and communication is key. It doesn't matter in what area of HR you work with, even if it is payroll, even if you are IT support for HR, you need to listen. You need to understand what the needs are out there in order to be able to solve it for them, or to give an advice at least. Connecting with people, planning and preparation, knowing about budgeting, planning, project management kind of things are important also, and for me at least, were part of what I've learned and what I use every day. Flexibility, be able to adapt to whatever the life throws to you. Even last year was a great test for HR people and all companies with COVID and stay at home, and how you change and support your teams in the different ways to do things. Be adaptable. Transform from the strategy, the high level picture, to how to make it happen in your everyday work. Again, how to implement it. I would say connecting the dots, be able to connect the dots between different aspects of the business and how you can actually connect them and do something about it, and problem solving. It's not a joke out there that HR, we have different hats. One of them maybe is a therapist, and and listen to people, or we have this issue here, or we have that issue there, and how do you actually use all your skill set to solve, or at least give a solution that could be you can get a good end at the end for the situation. So I will say those are the big ones. I have more, but I will say those, like problem solving, planning, keep things simple, listening, and ask the right questions.
And one of the things that can help you with honing your skills is having the right toolkit as well. Now, toolkits can mean everything from software to, some people have said that their best tools are the people around them that make them successful.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear, the tools that help you do your job better.
Yeah, that's a funny question. I've been asking the same thing around me from different departments. And I will say, for me, today, if you ask me 21, like 20, 22 years ago, maybe they were different, depending in the time that you are in your career. But I will say today, LinkedIn is one of the main source of information and network that you can have in this day. So I use and I rely on LinkedIn a lot to even to know what is out there, what is new, what are new trainings, what are new trends. So it's a pretty cool platform to learn about what is going on out there in the world, not just in your city, out there in the world. Any kind of survey platform or system for pulse surveys, engagement surveys, I really relied on those to listen to the team and figure out how we can improve the quality of life at work. So surveys, I'm a huge fan that allows people to have a voice. Feedback, any kind of platform that manage feedback, even just a paper with a framework how to give feedback, I think is key. One of the main challenges that we have as a HR is dealing with performance and how a leader works with a team member and talks about performance. So have a structure about how to do feedback, give feedback, receive feedback, I think is super important. state surveys goes to the same direction. And I will say anything related with development management, trainings, any LMS platform or platforms to do learning for your company are a great support system, especially if you are only one person in HR or two. You cannot just prepare all the trainings for everybody. So if you have a platform that can support you on the development of your team, those are the good ones. And I will say internet. Thanks God for internet, guys. Like you can Google whatever you want to know. Like what is what is a template for this? What is a template for that? So I relied a lot on Mr. Google to find different things out there and do my own mix and match of tools to implement in my company, I will say. But yeah, I have to be super honest. Google is my best friend.
Yeah, I think Google has pretty much all the answers we need
Oh
today.
my.
It's crazy.
But you have to be careful because also you need to check because
Mm.
there are truth, not that truth, and also you have to see what actually works for you, for your team and your company. Not everything works for everybody. It's not like a perfect recipe for everything. So you have to be able to see, okay, this can work, this cannot work, or I keep this for the future, kind of thing.
And some of the people watching this video are currently making their first transition into HR, or they may be in an HR role that they're looking to move away from and to join another company or just up level their current career. And what is some advice that you have for them in order to pick an HR job that they'll enjoy?
That's a great question. I will start first with your priorities. That's important. That I'm a visual person, so I write down everything. I'm not joking. I write down everything. So I'm a visual person, and I really believe that writing down things allows you and helps you to put things from your brain, from very ethereal world to something concrete. That's going to help you to be in a better path to find or get whatever you want to get. So my first thing is your priorities. Why are you looking for a job? I want to a learning experience. I want to gain more experience. I want more money. I want a different role. I want to try a different industry, a different area of HR. So make sure you have your priority work-life balance. That's a huge one in these days. So make sure you have your priorities very clear. That's going to give you some northern lights. Then make sure you have your list of industries. What kind of industries you're interested in? And that's going to give you narrow your scope of search, and you're not crazy, looking all over the place. The culture and the people of those companies, making sure you ask the right question, investigate what is their style of work. This is like dating someone. You date and you're going to be joining a new family. Is this family kind of match with my family and my values and my culture kind of thing? So make sure you have that kind of work when you look for a company to work with, and make sure you ask the question, what are you going to be doing every day in that role? We see job descriptions all the time. They are very generic in general. So a good question to ask when you go to an interview, say, what are you expecting from this role? What you want this role to be doing most of the time? Or what are the main targets for this goal? That's going to allow you to see if you're going to be doing the work that you want to be doing. It's kind of what you want to be doing, or it's like, no, it's going to be 80% payroll, Iliana. And it's like, thank you, I'll pass. I know someone out there better than me for that. So ask the question, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be sitting there for 10 hours. So make sure you're doing something that you enjoy.
And when you find an industry that you'll enjoy, it's also important to understand where the future of HR is going. So
Yes.
we have lots of change within the last year and a half. We have social media, so many different things going on. Talk to us about where you see the future of HR going. It's a bit of a broad question, but take it wherever you want to go with it.
Yeah. That's a great question. I think based on what happened last year, the main trend, and we're seeing it already, is like a reduced physical space of offices. So we're going to have more the tendency to have people working from home or remote from other cities, from other countries. I think that's going to be happening more because we learn as long as you deliver the results that we need to deliver, you can be sitting anywhere or for how long you're going to be there. You don't need to work 10 hours the whole day. You can work 4 and 4. So flex time, flex space is going to be a new trend. We're going to be more free to go and be. I think also HR is going to be more focusing in health, psychologists, I forgot the word, like the safety of the person, like I feel I'm content in this company, they are taking care of me, I can have more work-life balance. So that's going to be part of the benefits. Also, the how benefits are going to be shaping in the future is also going to change. It's not only insurance 401k, but also it's going to be, can I work from home, can I have to drive 45 minutes to get to the office? The company has programs to support me in my wellness or my health or my work-life balance, you know. So I think we're going to be moving to a more really people focus point of view, more than just transactional for development. And we need to pay people and we need to hire people. It's also how we keep them healthy and engaged from that perspective. So I think we're going to be moving a lot. Diversity and inclusion, especially in the US, I think it's a huge trend that is happening today. And I think it's going to keep mutating and it's going to keep growing as a center of what the main um, objective of HR is going to be, to actually make sure everybody feels included. We are together in this family. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, doesn't matter what language you speak, doesn't matter your knowledge or your experience. You are part of this family. Let's make this work. So I think those are the main things. And also moving from because we're going to be working more remotely and we need to keep our remote teams more engaged, because that's a hard thing. How we train our leaders and coach them. So coaching and mentoring, huge. Coach them to be able to keep their teams engaged, even though we are in different places. And it's hard. You have to be very intentional about it. So that's one of the main challenges leaders are facing in these days, because it's how I keep my team motivated, how I keep my team engaged, you know. So we need to learn new ways to do that. The cool thing, we are in a very technological and social media area, so we just need to, again, well, we know how to do Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat, and then my age is going to go there because I don't know any other one. Twitter is too old already. How we use that technology and how we handle that technology to keep in touch with everybody in my world, how we translate that to the company way to get and stay connected, right? So I think that's mainly the direction I want to take. It's like a more free space time kind of work, as long as you deliver what we need to deliver, and you know, we keep you engaged in the business. That will say that's one of the aspects I think is going to be changing.
And as the industries continue to change, what we'll also see is new hurdles come up. And you had talked about many of these hurdles as well as solutions to them. And on the other side, there are also common hurdles that HR people will continue to face time after again, doesn't matter how the industries change, and the solutions to those. So can you talk about common hurdles that HR professionals go through and the solutions to them?
Yeah. One, I would say always the business. I want to say the business, your company's priorities. Um, if it is a depend on the style of the company, that can be a challenge for some HR people, that maybe they want to take HR in certain direction and the company is more, no, we need to keep in this direction. So those are some of the challenges, how I communicate, how I influence the senior leadership to do the best for what the company needs, or understand what the company needs. But generally the style of the culture of the leadership of a company is a big piece that we need to deal with, for good or for bad. Um, and I'm not taking my notes because I want to make sure I say everything that I want to say. Retention, that's going to be a big challenge too. The new generations are more into, I want to gain experience, I want to do this, and they are going to keep jumping from one job to another job. So as an HR, more than, in my view, more than trying to retain someone too long in a company, because some people, they can stay 5 years, some people can stay 10, but today is between 3 and 5 years that people are kind of staying in a job. Is how we keep them motivated by the time they're in the company, how we keep them engaged, how we develop them, and how we get the best from them in a good way. Like if I have a good talent, how we get all the best from this talent during the time in this company, and making sure when they leave, they can say good things about this company. You know, they are my first ambassadors out there. It's like you know, I love this company, I want to go to this direction, I cannot do it here, but it was a great company to be. So that's part of the main challenge, how we keep the retention in a more than just retain people, is like how we keep them in the best way possible during the time they are here. Motivation, engagement, leadership development, like we were saying before, they're going to have different challenges today, so how we work with them on that. But also leaders, There are different styles in the company. So we need to be the coach and the mentors, like, okay, with this situation, we need to handle it this way. With this situation, we need to handle it this way. And sometimes, even though we suggest stuff, things doesn't happen the way we suggested. So we need to also be ready for, well, I said it and it didn't happen. But is be ready for that. Have a seat on the table. I think it's a big thing for HR, making sure that the company has a voice in the senior leadership. That's going to help a lot in accomplish things for HR. Compliance and laws, they keep changing, they keep updating. So you have to be updated to be able to don't be out of the law. And also, getting the right person. I think that's a normal challenge for HR around the world, is finding the getting the right people for the right position for what the company needs in that moment. So that challenge is going to still be there. But I think I talk about those like challenges because it's part of your learning process as an HR in any age and any stage of your career. So it's just, it's a challenge. And what you do with that challenge, you learn and you try to look for the solution and try to do your best in that situation.
That's very true. All challenges are opportunities to learn for sure. And some of the people listening are looking to break into their first role in HR. Some are looking to become an HR executive. What are some signs that either one of those is right for them?
One, like we said before, the role, making sure that what you're gonna be doing every day makes sense to you. Like the task and the expectations for the role make sense for what you want to be doing. Yes, I want to be talking to people every day. Employee relationships is going to be great for you. I'm not a people person, but I like the administrative piece of HR. Okay, the job is related with payroll. That's a good job for you. So make sure you check what you're going to be doing and check with yourself. Okay, I see myself doing that. Like I see myself is a big piece of it. Again, get to know the company and see, I see myself in the company. That I see myself is an important piece of that. The money, it makes sense for what you want to be doing. Location, you are willing to drive or not drive there, or you can work from home. Have your checklist, and that's what I say. There's not a recipe. There's not magical, magic wand to say this is the perfect job for you. But it's basically make your list, like your wish list, your top 5. Like the job has to have these top 5, and the rest ones are great things to have. So have your list, think about how I see myself doing or being or having, and based on that, you can have your checklist when you apply for jobs. And when you get the offer, you say match, no match, I can deal with this, and just keep going. But I would say
That's
just
very
make
true.
your list.
And that goes with most things in life is when you have a tough decisions, put a list together. It will help you uh, nail down your choices very quickly.
Again,
Yeah.
from the ethereal world, put it on a paper. It's going to be concrete to manage. So yes, just make your list and just make things happen.
And before we hop, do you have any more advice for the students listening who are either looking to break into HR or become an HR executive one day?
Yeah, I'm not a tradition. I haven't had a traditional HR career in my life. I've been, I will say, blessed and lucky enough and be ready enough to take those opportunities that they were in front of me. If I never took, I don't know, the opportunity to move from one country, from Chile to Peru, maybe I never will be here in the States working for this company. So be ready and be open and be clear about what you want to do. Again, make your list, make your wish list. That's important in your life. Like be yourself, guys. I know we have stereotypes out there about how HR looks like and talk like and everything. Be yourself. That's gonna make you successful in whatever you do. Yeah, I love. Yeah, it's just explore different aspects of HR. Talk to people. Try an internship in different areas of HR to see if that's what you want to do. And at the end, just enjoy the ride. It's like a roller coaster. We have the highs, we have the lows, but we enjoy the ride at the end. As long you are true to yourself, follow your heart, and be kind. I think that's a big part of this job. Yeah, remember to be kind. We're dealing with people, so yeah, I would say that's kind of try to summarize.
Hey, yeah, thank you so much. And then for the students watching today, I'm sure they want to get in touch with you on LinkedIn. Can they go ahead and do that?
Of course, if you look for me on LinkedIn, you have to look for my first name. That's my famous name. It's Sabine Iliana Mauri. I know that Josh can share my information later. Yes, feel free to contact me. More than happy, to talk if you want to talk. I like that.
And if you're watching this video, the chances are her LinkedIn URL will be in the description below, so you can click through that and connect with her there. And thank you, Ileana, for being here today. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who's watching.
Thank you for having me, guys, and good luck in your projects.